This video is continuing to explain the objectives. Sorry about the last video just shut down by the Microsoft Expression 4 encoder because I use this screen capture. It can only store 10 minutes. And let us continue. We just talk about the model wheel controller, and the system should respond to user interface with a bright new grid interface no matter the existing game end or not. By doing this requirement, the MVC pattern provides the controller to handle the user click, and then the model changes the state depending on the behavior. Also notify and update the wheel part to present the update of the system response. Here is the model wheel controller pattern diagram. Model wheel controller interact with the user and with each other. Comparing with other alternative architecture, I can choose the 4-in-1 wheel model. The 4-in-1 has some redundant with the code layer and is really suitable for a very high level, very big scope of software development because of the special significant user case would be used. It focuses on the functions and the process of each wheel, but the model wheel controller pattern takes on the data flow between each parts. Now the objective 6, the design patterns. The design pattern has been used in Minesweeper by using the event triggered callbacks interrupts push and pull pattern. Like the design pattern could be a normal way of solving redundancy problems in software designs, and it can use in many kinds of situations. For the Minesweeper game case, for example, it used the event trigger callbacks pattern. And then because the controller manages the event handler, let me show you the controller of a menu. The menu controller controls different buttons. Reset. These are the all menu commands here. And it should have a this menu controller, this file menu controller just defined all the commands here. And for the events, it should in the, let me hold on. Oh, here. I gave the screenshot of the event-driven paradigm. It also in the objective 7. It specifies the event-driven user interface. The event-driven has been used for the Minesweeper game case by using the Java package of string, AWT, and util to show the Java graphic user interface. In the AWT library, the border layout and the color container event query, font, thread, layout, and events key event can be implemented into the user interface. For the timer function, here the util library provides the timer task functions for more basic components of button, frame, label, menu, bar, menu item, panel, and more on-board factory. Functions can be used to create the panel of the user interface. This one is the screenshot of the create menu, and it has the event key event for each menu buttons. Now the objective 8 is the model wheel controller. The model wheel controller is a pattern of the splits user input, processing, and output of an application to 3 interconnected areas. Each part handles a specific job for any web or software application. During the data development of full MVC, controllers gets all the input or requests from the user and send them to the model to retrieve any data the wheel needed and then return them to the wheel. The model wheel controller is able to create multiple wheels for the user interface. More technical speaking, for the model part, actually, there are more and more ways of accessing the application by doing model wheel controller. Code duplication can be done less and less, more than other patterns like the 4-in-1, because it makes the data and the logical separate from the user interface. Another advantage of the MVC applies to the user interface programming is the model returns the data without formatting the data. Sometimes in the web, sometimes in the web application, it will form the data into the HTML format, but the same items can be used in the code for use with any interface. Now the objective 9, the properties of software. Here are the properties I did some research and to write this. A good software design needs properties as following. It's a correction. A software should maintain the program's specification, reliability. The software able to satisfy the functional requirements defined by the user, defined by the boss. The integrity. Do not give permission for unauthorized access. It also comes to the safety. The software should not take potential risk to the environment and the security. Firewalls or any other security elements should be think about. And understanding ability. The model design diagrams are easy to understand both both for the user and the sponsors and the stakeholders. Maintainability. The software should be able to take unexpected changes, like the stakeholders would like to add one or more features into the application. And now the final one is the objective 10, the design documentation. By forming the design documentation, I write down the following. The first one is purpose. The design's purpose to generate a functional application at the end of development. And now the system overview to specify the functional requirements and the non-functional requirements, also the constraints of this application. And the feasibility report, whether this application what can do or what cannot do, and conceptual design using the appropriate tools, languages, and IDEs. And now it's the system design and architecture. First one is architecture design to specify the architecture model, whether we are using the MVC or the 4-in-1 or any other architecture. Now the system design. This is the process of defining all the components of main systems, sub-components of the system into the workflow chart. And by following this, users can see it very clearly. And the detailed design to illustrate the functions that split into small executable programs. And now we got the object-oriented design and the security design, and it's making the clear of the software principles like the least privilege, fail-safe defaults, separations of concerns, information hiding, and so on. The final one should be the system model design to generate the model of the system, and users and developers can clearly see what's inside and what is going on. Thank you.